Hey, what's up? I'm Isaac. I'm the developer of QuickList. This is just going to be a new video showing off the tool and what it's capable of. It's been a while since I made a video, so I've made a lot of improvements and I've added new features. Just want to make a new video showing it off. But real quickly, if you go to the landing page and scroll down to the pricing section, you can try out 10 listings completely free. No credit card, no trial, nothing like that. It'll just give you 10 free credits, and then those will last forever as long as until you use them. And if you do need any more for more testing, just let me know, and I can give you some more. Yeah. But once you create an account and go into the dashboard, this is what it looks like. So it's split up into the create listings page and then the manage listings page. You can create listings individually, like so, or you can create them in bulk. And then once you create them, they will head over to here, and then they'll be stored in QuickList until you export them to eBay. One question a lot of people ask is, can you export them as drafts? And eBay doesn't let us do that for some reason, but you can essentially just store the listings in QuickList and use that as your draft bank. They're not going to go anywhere. You can just store them here until you want to export them. Or if you really want to, you can schedule the listings within QuickList, and then when you export them, they'll go into your scheduled listings tab on eBay. And then you can sell similar, or you could end them and sell similar and then store them as drafts on eBay if you really wanted to do that. But yeah, you can really just store them in QuickList. But going back to the listings page, so I'm going to do this in two different demos of 10 listings each. The first one's going to be all clothing because I sell a lot of clothing and I know a lot of other clothing sellers. So if you're interested in clothing, that's what I'm going to do first. But if you want to skip ahead, after that, I'm going to do another set of listings that's going to be assorted items that are more common of what a typical eBay seller might sell. So if you don't do clothing, you can skip ahead for that. But if you do, that's what I'm going to do now. So starting off, I have some images ready here. This is just 10 different clothing items. You can upload them. It's going to take just a second to process them. I can go ahead and collapse this sidebar, give us some more room. And then once you upload the images here, you have this toggle option, so you can go to edit. And then if you need to rotate the images, like some of these need rotated, you can rotate them here, or you can even crop them here if you need to crop them. I am working on having AI auto rotate images. I just don't want to push that until it's 100% accurate, so haven't gotten there yet. But other than that, you just go to select, and then you can click the images, or you can shift click to select a range, and then you just split them up into their respective listings. I can also show off the SKU option down here. So say for example A1 as my SKU, you just type that in, create listing, it'll automatically assign that SKU to the listing, and then it'll automatically increment the SKU for your next listing. And that'll work for most SKU formats with different letters and numbers. Trying to select this listing here, like so. If you list clothing, you might know some of these. This is a Barbour down-filled vest. This is a cool flannel. This is a Faraday wool sweater. This is a Harris tweed jacket. This is a Carhartt jacket. Once you're done with that, you go ahead and hit process, and then this is something I want to show off. You have templates now, so I have a clothing template, so I'm just going to process that and get that going in the background. But to show off the templates real quick, this is what the template form looks like. So a lot of sellers, if you sell a lot of the same type of stuff like me with clothing, or if you sell records, video games, books, postcards, whatever you sell, you might have like a preferred title structure that you like to follow for your listings, or you might have like a preset description format that you use. So that's what these templates are for. As you can see, you can sort of prompt the AI to your own preferences. So I have it set to format the title as brand, gender, size, type, style, and then add keywords to reach the 80 character limit, or as close to it as it can. And then for my description, I have my sort of preset business policies. Please see all photos for condition and measurements. I ship 2 to 3 times per week. And then I have this little plug to the tool that's just for me, that won't be in your listings. And then I have it set so that it'll do the AI plus the template. So for the description, it'll just do the default QuickList description, a couple sentences describing the item, and then it'll just add my template to the end of that. You also have shipping options I use $8.99 for my default policy, and then I adjust it accordingly, but that's what I typically use for shipping, so that's what I have set. And then you can also set store category, SKU, condition description, that sort of thing. But going back to the listings, you can see they're done analyzing, and then on this step we just want to go through and pick the categories. So one thing that I've noticed it does do quite often is it will mistake men's clothing for women's clothing categories. It has to do with the eBay API and the way the search queries work for category pull up. So I need to do some tweaking to that, but that's the only thing that I need to do here is go through and adjust these accordingly, and then go ahead and generate. Sometimes that works better than other times. The only reason I have it is because if you do go ahead and proceed generating the listings with the wrong category, the item specifics and everything could be wrong if you're in the wrong category, and then you have to redo it. So we want to make sure that's good before it generates. But by this point, most of the heavy lifting is done. It's already done all the research and gathered all the information, and now it's just filling in all the fields with what it has. So you can see the listings starting to populate here. And then we have two different view formats here. This is the cards form, and then this is the tables form. So the table can be really useful if you're listing like items, and you can quickly go through and adjust pricing and stuff like that. You can hover over and see the item specifics, like so, description, that sort of thing. I'm not going to go through all these, but I am going to go through a few just to kind of show off what the tool's capable of. This is a good one. We have a Cabela's men's XL sweater, Windstopper, Gore, Camo, Henley, Knit Hunting, USA. One thing it didn't add that I would add is wool. Usually it gets that, but it's a little inconsistent. You can see 100% wool. But other than that, that's a really good optimized listing. And in specifics, we can go down here. Brand, size type, style, department, color, type, material. Got the wool there. Fabric type, neckline, pattern. It fills out everything as much as it can. Most of the time you'll see that there's not much more you need to do here other than change a few keywords in the title like I just did, and then review the pricing. The pricing is the one thing that needs the most review, just because it can be a little tough for the AI to determine pricing. So we have this view sold comps button that will take you straight to eBay, and then you can see actually my sold comp. I just sold this. I think I took an offer for 90 or 95. But yeah, eBay doesn't allow us to view sold or to access sold data for developers, so you need to review the pricing. You can see it undershot this a little bit. Most of the time when I'm editing the listings, that's actually what I'm doing, is just going through and checking comps and reviewing pricing. So you can see here we got a QU hoodie, we got the barber vest, got this cool flannel Faraday sweater. Honestly, these listings are really well optimized. This one I want to show off just because it's Lululemon, and as you know, with a lot of Lulu, the tag is missing or it's cut off, and it still managed to pick up that it's Lulu from the logo. And it actually even got that it's a men's small based off of the measurements, because there's no size shown. So that's pretty good. And it also got the model of it, that it's the Lululemon at ease hoodie. Yeah, really impressive, honestly. Go through this Carhartt too. I just listed this Carhartt men's medium denim hoodie jacket blanket line J139 workwear. So yeah, one thing I would add here just is J139 DST for the full model number. Other than that, that's really good. Item specifics we can look through real quick. Pricing, it actually got more fair on this one, $350. That's a little high. I think I just listed this for what was it, 2 something. There's my listing, $275. I just listed that yesterday and it's already at 24 watchers. But yeah, I think you got the gist of it. Pretty well optimized listings for the most part. It's just going through, making small tweaks to the titles and checking the pricing. Then when you're done, you save the listings, and then they will go into your manage listings area like I showed you earlier. From here you can edit them more if you need to, or you can go ahead and just export them straight to eBay. So now for the second portion of the demo, I'm going to show off the other listings that I have prepared here. So these are different items from clothing. We have some antiques, some media, some shoes, some video games, a camera, a calculator, as you can see. So just like before, I'm going to go through real quickly and select my images, break them up into listings. Once you get the hang of it, this is really quick, goes through really quickly. And this is another thing that I think can maybe be optimized in the future. I can get the AI to actually automatically not only rotate the images but also break them up into listings. So all you have to do is upload them, and then everything from there is handled. But for now, this is just the most accurate to minimize any potential mistakes. So I'm going to take away my template for this because I don't want to use a clothing template for non-clothing items. And then we're going to process. I can go into detail a little bit on how it works here. So this first step is mainly the analysis and research phase. So the AI is going through, it's doing image analysis on all the images. It's doing text recognition. It's identifying logos, brands, that sort of thing. It'll do Google reverse image searches if it's more niche items that it might not be able to identify. That can help a lot with that. It'll find similar eBay matches, other eBay listings, all that sort of stuff. It can depend based on how many images you're using and what type of categories you're in, how long this will take, but usually it's pretty quick. You can see it's already done. Also depends a little bit on the load on the servers, but going through here, we can just check all these categories. So far so good. Jars and tins for that trinket box. Now I did put this canning in sculptures and figurines. This is actually a antique black powder toy cannon, so I would put this in the black powder category. As you can see, again, that's the reason for this step, is just because sometimes you might want to put something in a different category than what the AI picks. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and generate listings now. So yeah, after that point, all of the research is already done, and now the program is pretty much just talking with eBay, going back and forth, getting all of the requirements for the listings based on the categories, and then using the information it has, filling out all of those fields accordingly. So you can see they're starting to load in here, and then we'll go through some of these as well. Just trying to give a overview of generally how the AI works and the quality of the listings, while not making this video overly long, going into too much detail. But yeah, you can see here for the video game, I got Super Mario Galaxy 2, Nintendo Wii 2010 complete tested. That's pretty much how you would see most other listings on eBay. That's kind of what it's going off of, is how it sees other listings. Sorry about that, my recording got cut off. One thing I did want to go into detail with this Super Mario listing is that with media in general, but particularly with video games, I've done a lot of work with the prompting and everything and the rules to try to make the listings as accurate as possible in regards to the contents. So you can see it did list it as complete because it picked up that it has the case, the manual, and the disc. If the manual was missing, it would say no manual. If it was just the disc, it would say disc only, that sort of thing. For the condition, it picked very good. It's trained to usually go between good and very good, or if it's sealed, it'll pick up brand new, or if it has tags, it'll be brand new. But it is trained to go on the more conservative end. And then at specifics, like before, it fills out pretty much everything you need. Going through some of the other listings, we have this Crosley bird guide book. So you can see Crosley ID Guide Eastern Birds, Richard Crosley, hardcover 2011. You can see it even managed to get that the book has library markings, which I think is in this picture. You can see it has a library marking. In specifics, it got the ISBN. It usually does a pretty good job at picking up model numbers, ISBNs, that sort of thing, as long as there's an image that shows them. Yep. What else do we have? We have a TI-84 calculator. We have a Nikon D3000 SLR camera body. Back to the Future cassette tape. Back from the Future motion picture soundtrack cassette. Yep. So yeah, like I said, for the most part, the listings will be good. It's just going through and doing some small edits, and then checking the pricing, like I said. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save those, and then, as you can see, we have 20 listings now in the listings bank. So it'll even show you the total value up here. We have $1,700 in value. I haven't went through and checked all these prices, so that might be a little high or low. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Hope that gave you a general quick idea of how the tool works, what it's capable of. Obviously, you should go try it out for yourself and for your own listings, for the type of stuff you list. Try out the templates. I've really been leaning into the customization options with them, trying to give users more control over the output of the listings. If you have any questions, any concerns, any ideas, feature requests, whatever, you can use this chat box on the website. That'll send me a message directly. Alternatively, you can comment below. You can join the Discord channel. That's linked on the website. Or you can email me at the support email. Any of those methods work. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like I said, go try it out. If you're interested, send me a message. I can give you a discount code off your first month. But yeah, thanks for watching.